Hi, so I want to do a video on how to simulate kind of like the start menu on Windows 8 and Windows 8.1. So you'll notice here in the bottom right hand side of my taskbar I have the shortcut menus where I could launch applications. So for example, I simply want to launch WordPad or TextPad here, and it's right at my fingertips. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video, how to create these. Now these toolbars is what they call it on your taskbar, has been around since Windows XP, but not too many people actually use it. But with Windows 8, it's actually kind of more important than ever, just because of the way you access your program these days. So I have Windows 8.1 here, and you'll notice I actually have the start button here, but the start button, when I click on it, simply brings me to this screen, and I actually have to push on this arrow here, arrow down, and here's where all my programs are. And it takes way too many clicks to actually get to my programs in that manner. So I'm just going to show you basically how to create these. So I'm going to get rid of these. If I right click on the taskbar, you'll notice there's a tools bar link, and if you look at this, I actually created 4 extra options here, which are merely folders. So I'm going to unclick each one of these and get rid of them and rebuild them from scratch, just to show you how to do it. But you'll notice also that I've actually organized those in sort of functional areas rather than programs. So where those are that I created is actually under toolbars or under my documents. So if I open up Windows Explorer and my documents, I actually created a folder here. So you'll notice if I double click on this folder, I actually have the 4 toolbars that you saw at the bottom there. And I'm going to build them from scratch. So basically I'm going to delete this folder. And so now I have nothing here at the bottom. So when I right click to rebuild them, I'm going to select toolbars, and I'm going to say new toolbar. And it's going to prompt me for where I want to build them, and I actually want it a little bit more organized, so I'm going to create a folder here called my toolbars, and you'll notice this folder here is simply in my documents folder. So within there I'm actually going to create 4 folders. Admin for my administrative programs, development, I'm actually a software developer, so I'm going to put the programs in there, miscellaneous, and then office for all the office, Microsoft Office and miscellaneous kind of document and presentation programs I'm going to put in there. So the folder that I'm actually building them all at once. So I'm going to select that folder, and you'll notice admin appears. Now I'm going to build another one, and because I already have it built, I'm going to just select it. And I'll show you where the programs themselves and the shortcuts are hidden in order to populate these folders. So there, you'll notice I have it all set up, but it's all empty. So if I open back up my documents and I go in my toolbar, I'm actually going to copy the shortcuts into each individual category here that I have set up. So the way to do that is if you open up my computer and you go to the C drive, and there's actually a hidden folder here. If you type in program data, then navigate to Microsoft, and then scroll down, navigate to Windows, and then the Start menu, and then Programs. You'll notice these folders here, these programs are the same programs that are lined up here. So you'll notice some of these subtitles here are actually the folder name itself, and all these shortcuts and icons are placed here. So I know, so for administrative, I'm just going to copy the programs that I want there, and I want to copy the most common programs I used 90% of the time. I don't want to overwhelm those those folders. Otherwise it'll be no better than what I have there by navigating to each one of them. So you'll notice when I copied these icons in, now I have these shortcuts, and more or less they replace the functionality of the missing startup menu or start menu that I used to have in Windows 7. So for miscellaneous, I'm going to put in these programs, and I'm just going to try to do it fairly quickly so that you can kind of grasp how it'll look. And in development, I'm going to pick the programs that I'm interested in. So and finally, I'm going to populate my Office programs. SkyDrive. So if I go back up here to where I have the folders categorized. So now you'll notice at the bottom here, anytime I want to launch a program and have it handy, I simply click on that. So so that's basically it. It's fairly easy to set up, but also now it's a little bit more convenient. And again, this was available in Windows 7, and I used it personally a lot in Windows 7, even with the Start menu, because it was so handy. Instead of the many clicks that, even in Windows 7, getting to the programs, you had to click the Start menu and then Programs and then select the folder. So here's where I put basically 90% of the programs that I use 90% of the time, and it's right at my fingertips. So there's your tip for how to do this in Windows 8. And let me go through each one of these. So there you go. There's hopefully a productivity tip for you. Thank you for watching.